Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode 31 of the Smite Update. My name is Octane Pro. Joining me back from vacation, being lazy.
Whoa.
We missed you. We have FG.30. How's it going, buddy?
Good, bro. That's good. It's been 3 weeks.
I know.
3
It's been
weeks.
a long.
One of the weeks weren't my fault. It was your fault on being on vacation for 1 week.
That's right.
And the other 2 weekends were my
I think
fault.
that was when I was in Chicago, to be honest with you. I think that's when I was in Chicago for a wedding, and then the week after that, you were away, and the week after that, you were away too, right? You were gone for 2 weekends.
Yep. 2 weekends is the best way to take a vacation. Leave on a Friday evening and then come back the following Sunday.
I like the comment. I like the comment in chat. Oh, it's an even sexier S-Facts.
That's true. No.
I did have a lot of people asking where you were. I'll be honest. You know, they missed FG. Guys,
Octane suspended me for saying bad things about you.
That's right.
So I was on
You're out.
administrative
You're
leave.
out. That's right. That's right. Administrative leave. Exactly. So those of you guys not familiar, what is Smite Talk? Never caught it. Never checked it out before. Smite Talk is very much like a traditional radio show where we bring up and talk about different topics. You guys can call in, add to the discussion, or bring up new discussions, new topics, new questions, comments, stuff like that. So the way it works is we use a program called Raid Call. If you haven't heard of it before, it's very, very traditional, very similar to like Ventrilo or TeamSpeak and stuff like that. And his gunner glasses will not help him talk or be any better at the show. Because I've tried. I have a pair behind me. It doesn't help. Anyways.
Yes, it does.
Use Raid Call. Use Raid Call, okay? And download it, raidcall.com, create an account, and then once you create the account, launch it. And in the upper left-hand corner, there's like a search box. Just type in the code you guys see below, 7461039. And what will happen is once you get in, you'll see it's like a chat room layout, just like Ventrilo or TeamSpeak. And I'll go ahead and message you. It has like an IM system in there. I'll message you and just check to make sure your audio is set up. So guys, go into the settings in Raid Call, make sure your microphone is set up, make sure your audio is set up, your speakers are set up. Set it on push to talk if you got mom and dad behind you or you're sharing a room with someone else, you know, or it has open mic or push to talk. Defaultly, it's F2. So those of you guys haven't looked at it, go to the bottom right-hand corner of Raid Call, and that's where you can set up all your settings. Bottom right-hand corner, it's in green. Check it out. I'll shoot you a message. Make sure you're all set up. I'll put you on deck, and then we'll bring you in as time permits. We'll also take questions via email if you guys can't call in, but you want a question or a comment, email us right now. We'll take some of your questions later on the show. smitetalk@gmail.com. I'll put it in chat right now. Make sure you guys do check it out. That's right. Shout out, Mom and Dad. I'm talking to Octane. That's right. That's right. I like it. So, without further ado, I also want to let you guys know this is very much an audio-based show. It's available on iTunes. It's available in the Android store using your favorite iTunes app. I think a very popular one is Slacker. I use BeyondPod, both very good ones. Look it up, Smite Talk. You can listen to it. All 31 episodes are out there, so please go ahead and check it out. And you ready to get into this, FG? You ready to get into this?
Let's do this. After the longest intro of all time. I'm just joking. You do it so well. You do it so well.
What can I say? It's not my first time. So, take it away. What are we talking about first for tonight?
We're just going to start it off with a little discussion topic.
We're just going to kick it in. Let's kick it into gear.
So, chats and Octane, what do you think? I'm just going to just open the question up. What do you think about the new chess exclusive skin? I think we all know what we're talking about. King Bacchus, Elvis Bacchus, whatever his name is. Now, I don't know if you guys talked about, you guys don't talk about this kind of stuff on Smite Update. So,
bring it.
There's been I don't want to call it a stink, it's maybe a small controversy. People are not exactly thrilled that the only way that they can get the Bacchus skin is through the chess system. If you're not familiar with the chess, 200 gems gets you a random roll of the dice, and you are basically able to get things that are, triple the amount? So you can spend 200 gems to get a 600 gem skin. It's it's actually a pretty cool system. But it's a terrible system if you don't own anything. You have no voice packs, no wards. Your favorite character is Bacchus. Yeah. And you want the Bacchus skin. Chances are you're probably not going to get it. I mean, you could. You get it on your first try.
So
you might not.
I saw a Reddit post earlier that somebody complained like terribly. They're like, Hi-Rez is turning this into a casino system where you go ahead, you pay your money. It's like roulette. You pay the money, you spin the wheel, and if you get the guy, you get what you want, you're good to go. And I saw somebody complain about this. And I saw it. I read his post. It was quite lengthy. Some people agree with it, some people didn't. And I understand where someone's frustrated where they're saying, okay, I really, really like this item. I really, really want this item. I can spend the money for a chance to win that item. And I understand where they're coming from to a degree. So we're gonna look at it at both sides, guys. So don't be like, damn, blah, blah, blah. So first off, let's start from this guy's perspective on Reddit that made a big post about it, and that some people are siding with or not. You're putting a coin in the machine, just like at a casino, whatever. You're pulling the lever and you're hoping for what you get. But here's the thing, though. You know what you have and what you don't have. So you know you'll never get something you already have, and you know whatever is left within the giant pool you can get. So it's just like It's like playing roulette, but taking out everything that you already have already on that roulette wheel, and whatever's left, you have an opportunity to. Is it fair? Is it okay? Type of deal. Having things exclusive to it.
Here it goes. Here it goes. What are you gonna say?
I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it.
I think there has to be exclusive things in the chest that make the chest worth
exactly.
more.
Exactly.
I do believe that.
Now, don't get me started on convention skins. We won't talk about that this show.
I know.
I had somebody message me the other day. They're like, "All you do is talk about the convention skins, how they should be in the treasure chest." I'm like, "So, what's your point? At least you know how I feel." Back on topic here a little bit more. I don't mind.
I can see why.
I don't mind it. Is what I'm saying. Continue though. Go for it. What do you got? Go for it.
No, and I can see the other side of the coin. Like a person like me, I play pretty much all of the gods. Mm-hmm. So me getting a voice pack on someone that I don't use all the time, I know I'm going to eventually use that god. Or the wards I wasn't too happy with, but now that I just throw it on randomize, I mean, it's okay. So I use so many characters that it doesn't really bother me. To me, it's of good value. I spend 200 gems and I know I'm going to get something plus a booster or something that's worth way more than I spent.
Sure.
For people that like to play a lot of gods, but people that have a smaller god pool that only play Bacchus, Hercules, and Ymir, just throwing that out there. There's probably not a player out there that only has just those three characters played on their account: Ymir, Bacchus, and Hercules. But let's say that person existed, they get kind of screwed on that. But I don't know, man. I know.
So let's put it this way.
It's kind of hard.
Let's add something in the mix. I saw something the other day. People said, I saw a post that said, Hi-Rez, remove emotes from the treasure chest. They're just fluff.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And hold on, before you talk about emotes, I know people love them. And this is coming from someone that has pretty much every voice pack, almost every skin in the game. I don't own a single dance, and I'm probably not going to buy a dance. So me getting a dance out of a treasure chest doesn't make me happy. That's all I had to say.
Talking about treasure chests.
I kill people during dance parties. That's the time to get double kills.
So you're one of them. Like you go ahead and play an assault or a conquest early on when everyone does like a jump party. You are. I'm gonna say it. Sorry, Hi-Rez. You are that douchebag that goes and ends up casting right off the back trying to kill someone.
Got that right. I'm playing raw and I'm charging up my laser. Go ahead and dance in front of me. I don't care.
Oh, I hate those people so much. And sometimes I even keep the dance party going. So I dive or whatever. So talking about that in general, talking about treasure chest that was added, which I'm really happy about, is if you remember when the treasure chest was first added in, you could buy, like, let's say, for example, I got to the very end and got all the items in the game, but I could still buy treasure chest. It just never gave me anything, and it never told me anything. I'm so happy that Hi-Rez went ahead out there and put like a message now that like tells you, everything. So like now, like I have, I think it's like 3 or 4 treasure chests that I have sitting ready to be opened once this new content comes out, type of deal. Because like I have everything at this point. So
yeah, and it makes you get it for a cheaper price now, for the most part, right?
Yeah, sure. So I think it's a good topic. It definitely puts things in question. Making things exclusive to the treasure chest. People have to remember. 1, Hi-Rez likes to make things exclusive, and 2, like, look at the Odyssey after it's over. Like, those are going to be exclusive. Wow, there's going
to be so many things in there.
That's my question. Are they going to add those to the treasure chest? My hope is no. My guess is yes.
So you can't get Run.exe Mercury or Pixel Buster out of the treasure chest?
No. Not
Oh,
to
you
my
can't?
knowledge. My
That makes
knowledge
sense because
is
they
it's
go to the.
exclusive to the Odyssey, which goes directly to the esports. So my
Gotcha.
question
That
is,
makes sense.
I'm very eager to see afterwards. After the Odyssey's over, after the launch tournament's over, are they? Because everything I've seen about the Odyssey is like one-time deal. During between now and the launch tournament type deal. So is it exclusive? Because that's another example of things that are exclusive. Now, granted, you don't play that gambling type of style where like you throw in the coin and you hope you get something that you're hoping for. I'm praying that they stay exclusive to the Odyssey, and once it's done, it's done. Because like you and I talked about this with the convention skins being the same thing. Like I like having something that is unique and shows. Oh wow. For example, what was the Ymir skin that was exclusive to beta players?
The demon,
The
Coca
demon
Demon,
one.
whatever it's
What
called.
was that
Yeah,
one?
I don't
Anyways,
know the name of it.
I am
It starts
so
with Sea Demon.
I'm so happy that that's not in the treasure chest. Like that is
Well, yeah,
exclusive.
definitely makes sense.
So like the Odyssey should stay exclusive and so on and so forth. So I'm really excited for it to see how things work out to say the least. So if you guys
The
have
problem
any,
with that though,
go for it. Please
making
continue.
Pixel Buster Freya exclusive after this year, like after 2014's over, no one in
Yes.
2015 can buy Pixel Buster Freya. Too good of a skin.
Dude,
Too
it's so
of a skin.
good.
Too much money to be made.
It really looks good. It really looks good. Like I'm excited. Hi-Rez sometimes hits like we were talking about it on Smite Update. We said, okay, the Mercury skin, Run.exe, put in 70 plus $1,000 into SWC. Give or take. I don't know the exact number. Okay. So, what's wrong? You look fine. What are you doing? What are you doing?
The mad scientist said my face is greasy.
Oh. So they put $70,000 plus with the Mercury skin. We were taking guess that we're gonna see 100K plus off of the Freya skin. 100K.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
I
No
mean,
doubt.
Mercury was awesome, but Freya, I call it the Mega Man Freya. The Mega Man Freya is definitely hitting that 100K. Like I got high hopes, and if we hit 100K more on that Freya, like think of it, we're like just under 2,000.
Literally just getting started.
Like we're just now, like we're 200,000 closer to being at 1,000,000, and we'll be at like imagine like we're at item 3. Imagine item like 5 or 6. I think we'll be hitting 1,000,000 at 5, maybe
Yeah,
even 5
yeah.
or 6, and then we still have what 16 more items to go.
I
Like
told Hi-Rez too, we're going for 2 million. I already told him 2 million. And it looks like they're recording some background music as well, so I bet you that's coming soon. They teased on Twitter that they were recording new music. It's going in there, just like Dota 2 did the same thing with some background music, I believe. What else did they do? What else did they do that was like really unique? They did a new mode, music, skins, of course.
oh, well, that
Some
was
other
something.
stuff like that.
Yeah, we had talked a little bit about that. I think it was either you or I or on the Smite Update where I really like the Odyssey. The Odyssey is a great stepping stone for Hi-Rez. I am ecstatic about seeing what the Odyssey in 3 years from now will be. In regards to like, okay, like do they do milestones? Kind of like what you talked, like looking at the Dota 2 compendium model in some ways and setting milestones. Like if we hit 1,000,000, Smite
Oh yeah, that
releases
needs to
this.
happen.
If we hit 2,000,000, Smite, Hi-Rez, and there are big changes. Like we hit 1,000,000,
Snow Conquest.
Hi-Rez releases 10v10 arena or something. We reach 2,000,000. You have different conquest modes. So like, I'm really excited for that type of stuff. Without a doubt. So, before we jump into our God discussion, is there any last things that you want to talk about?
No, that rounds it up, man. It's gonna be a good year for Smite.
Yeah.
Good year for skins, voice
Yeah.
packs. I mean, it's gonna be crazy. And
Yeah.
their track record is like, remember when Geb came out? Geb 1? This is one of the best skins we've ever seen.
I know.
And Fenrir came out.
I'm
and now
sorry,
Freya's
but
out. Oh
I'm
my
sorry,
God.
but Geb 1 has nothing again. Nothing. Yeah, cannot compete at all with what the Odyssey is bringing. Like Hi-Rez has saved the best of the best for the Odyssey. It is an amazing marketing strategy and a great way to not only fuel esports but also put that ROI, return on investment, back into Hi-Rez in order to be in the green and no longer in the black. So I think that's great. So let's go ahead. We'll take our first caller here before we dabble into our second section. Guys, keep in mind our next section of the show will be a God discussion on Ares that we'll be talking about. But we'll take viewer calls throughout the show. We're also going to go over some emails within the show as well. So Blame the Tank, we're going to go ahead and bring in just a moment here. And should be rather exciting. Once again, if you guys want to email the show, feel free to smitetalk@gmail.com. And let's go ahead and bring in Blame the Tank. Welcome to Smite Talk. How's it going?
Hi, hi.
So what do you want to
Can you
talk
hear me
about
all right?
today? Yep, we can hear you fine. What do
I've
you want
got
to talk about?
one suggestion idea, but coming back to the chests and stuff,
Go
if I
for it.
may. There was one good point someone made on Reddit as well concerning Bacchus. It was supposed to be community skin, so it was
Okay.
like, which Bacchus skin do you want? This one or this one? Well, we want the king. Well, have it in a chest. So that
Yeah.
was kind of, I could get the feels from that. Some people were disappointed that it was supposed to be the skin that community picked and then it
Yeah.
was put behind the paywall.
I can understand
And
that.
yeah, so that kind of sad.
Yeah, I mean, I still understand that, but there has to be some type
And
of
I
exclusiveness to
get
the
the
chest.
idea. I get
Yeah,
the idea of the chest, but not like community voted skin, maybe. I don't know. But to my main point,
Please, what do you got?
yeah, it's the same old topic about ranked or leaks or whatever.
Okay.
Like it's not a day about people complaining about how the system works and stuff. So I had this idea. I don't know if anyone suggested this. Let's say you are in platinum or
Okay.
gold. Let's say you platinum, okay? So you go into the game and the system tries to find you players from platinum, only from platinum. If it doesn't, then it goes to diamond and gold. If it still doesn't, then masters and silver. What do you think about something like that? Because right now, there's no point in having leaks, to be honest, because it matches you with Elo anyways.
You're saying because a lot of the matchmaking system does not rank you with people within the league or the leagues
Because
around
like
you.
yeah, because it's like people complaining, whoa, I got bronze 5 players because they won 5 games and now they don't know what they're doing, stuff like that. If we had it like you only get matched with your league, and if not, then it tries to find people from league above you or below you.
I think that's probably the end game, right? That's the end game that they want to, only have games within a league. But I don't. I just the population. I still don't think the population's there. I could be wrong.
Yeah,
It's
but
been a
it
couple
doesn't.
months since we talked to
The
Hi-Rez Chris.
population doesn't matter at this point because if it doesn't find you a player from your league, then it searches from another league. Not go
All right,
straight
it just
like,
keeps
oh,
on tearing
you
down.
masters, then you're gonna get bronze 5 with 2,000 euro.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because that's
I think what it comes down to, which I'm surprised. One of the we have a huge patch coming up that we've mentioned, and one of the things I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of surprised about. Hi-Rez Chris, quite a few, like 2 months back, had actually hinted on timed queues being removed, so that it was open queue. You could queue at any time, but you could wait 30 seconds
30 minutes.
or 30 minutes or 45 minutes or an hour or whatever. Or that was one thing that was hinted upon. And there was
yeah,
hinted,
I see
it
that.
was hinted upon on a restructure of the matchmaking system. Um, I am with you when it comes down to seeing the matchmaking system being overhauled.
Like even try it like a test for a month or two and see how it works.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah,
at least that would stop people from complaining that he's in diamond and he plays with two
yeah,
bronze players
yeah.
who
I mean,
get
I
lucky
think,
to win 5 games or
yeah,
whatever, and now they just because let's be honest, someone who won 5 games in ranked in bronze 5 is not gonna be on the same level with someone who played 600 games.
yeah. I mean, the one
Yeah,
thing,
that's true.
the one thing that I can push more and more and say is that the matchmaking system that's in place now is good, but it's built and catered towards a larger population of players playing ranked. I believe, and I'm hoping, from what I understand, that what Hi-Rez is looking to implement for the matchmaking system will be more catered towards their current population numbers and not what they hope to achieve down the road. So
Right.
I'm hoping that corrects a lot of this for people, and it takes care of that. And so I think voicing your opinion and frustration with the matchmaking system, you are a dime a dozen, and all I understand is it's like you're at, like a ton of people are saying it, so I'm waiting for it to happen. So I'm in the same seat as you.
I mean, I'm not complaining. I'm not being angry at the
Sure,
bronze players because it's not their fault.
Yeah, for
exactly.
It
sure.
works this way because I had people who were bronze 5 and he was top elo higher than me, even though I'm in platinum because he was like 2100 because he won
Yeah,
7 games in a row.
yeah,
I was like, well, okay.
yeah. Yeah. I mean, so we'll have to see what happens, and if they are able to go ahead and get things implemented, we'll have to see how that trickles out. So, anything else you want to talk about today?
And I just wanted to put it out there. Thank you.
Thank you. You have a good day. Thanks for
Thanks,
calling
brother.
in.
Likewise.
Alrighty. So let's go ahead and take another call here. We're gonna take a call from Woodpecker11. Woodpecker11, welcome to Smite Talk. How's it going? Hello, hello.
I'm disappointed.
Oh, why? You like the name
Such a
or
cool
what?
name and nothing.
There he
That went
is.
fast.
There he is.
All right.
Woodpecker, welcome to Smite Talk. How's it going? He comes on. He says that one fast. Don't forget, it's push to talk. It's push to talk. There you go. So, what's your question for today?
Man, I think this patch is extremely crazy.
Okay.
Let's go down the good parts first. Let's go
Okay.
down to the good news first, because it's shorter.
Okay. Go for it.
Alquan actually got nerfed.
How so?
I mean, Cuckoo.
Cuckoo. Everyone's gonna
He-
call him Cuckoo.
So yeah, none of you have played the PTS,
I
right?
have not. No.
I haven't touched it yet.
Okay. The animation of the new ultimate is slower. It doesn't deploy instantly anymore.
Okay.
That's just how I like it.
So
See,
are there?
I'm actually
so,
like smitten. Just,
are
just
there
a bit
people-
of backstory.
So Smitten had mentioned
Fine.
that she felt that there were some adjustments to some of
Well,
the timing on.
Yeah,
the...
she's actually right.
I'm
Maybe not
surprised.
in the way she thought to, but I'm also like her. In the fact that I grew up with Aquan. When I was a newbie level 1, it was a very different time back then. You had to be way more strategic with that ultimate and the tornadoes. They were way more slower, and tornadoes were way more lethal to
Okay.
compensate for that.
Okay.
So I think it's a very nice direction. I just wish there was a bit more emphasis to it,
Okay.
because it's kind of silly, honestly, for a zoning mage to counter melees just because they had ultimate shotguns. I think it's a very nice change. It fits the character.
Okay. Okay. What don't you like about the new patch?
So, I think FG's would make a great game designer, because he has very good values. He's like, let's keep things progressive, but let's not also trip on people's toes.
You like
And,
that? I need to run for president.
I seriously mean it. I think he has good values, but here's what's wrong with the two redesigns.
Okay.
Odin's passive is a recycle of Shivalanki's passive. I don't think that needed to be like so.
Just
That's
because it's too similar, or because
It's
of the
really
actual.
too similar. It's exactly the same, except in how much it stacks up to.
Okay.
Yeah, how much it stacks, and I guess the way you can get it is restricted to just the ring plus assist.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a derivative. I don't think there's a problem with taking something and building on it. It's the same but different. You know what I mean? But go ahead. Sorry about that.
Now, here's the other thing, though. With Arachne, her new passive is very awesome. Just like Odin's passive, but then there's another problem I'll discuss a bit later. It's also that we now officially have all our assassins with a escape/leave something.
Yeah, I think that's actually what they wanted to do, right, Octane?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the reason why Kali got changed, because she didn't have a leap, and I guess they just envisioned all assassins to have some type of leap or
some instigator or
nemesis.
escape. Yeah. Yeah. No, I can see that. I
What
can see
about
that for sure.
pigeonholing, though?
Wait,
What
say
about-
that again? I'm sorry.
What about the concept of pigeonholing designs?
I mean, I can understand it. I mean, I'm not upset with Arachne. I think Arachne is a huge improvement, and I think Arachne is going to be competitive with the other top of the line assassins right now, like your Mercury's,
Yes.
like your Mercury's, your Thanatos, your Osiris. Like, that's fine. I'm fine with it. I think it's great. I'm not upset about it. I don't think I think her new kit lends her to be more engaged.
have to be upset specifically for Arachne, but you have to look at it holistically for a second.
Okay.
We need diversity, but that's the bottom line thing. It doesn't have to be Arachne that breaks the fold or whatever. We need, in the end, we need that diversity.
Okay.
I mean, I kind of agree, and then I think, you know, over the course of the years, Smite has looked at assassins and seen that they underperform if they can't reliably get out of combat, right?
And they need to
Because
be able
once
to
they're
jump.
in-
They need to be able to jump in
Yeah.
and jump out. Is what
Right.
it is. You know, it's
So
yeah. I mean, I think after Loki was introduced, it changed the meta for junglers. You know, with his ability to jump in, burst, jump out. You know,
Yeah.
a lot of the gods are like that, have that ability. Or like look at Serket. You know, Serket can jump in and then can get out very easily. So I can see it. I can see it. Well, Woodpecker, I'm gonna have to cut you off, man. We gotta take other callers, but I appreciate you calling in.
Fine.
Have a good one.
all right, brother.
So let's go ahead. We'll take we'll take one more caller here, and then we'll go ahead and talk about Ares as our next god discussion.
Oh.
Hyperion, welcome to Smite Talk. How's it going? Hello, hello. Hyperion. It must be from StarCraft 2. That was the name of the ship in StarCraft 2. You there, Hyperion?
Of course you would know.
Yeah,
Octane.
can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. We can hear you. So what do you want to talk about today?
Right. I'll just minimize the stream because of delay, and I didn't know you were talking to me for a moment.
That's okay. What do you got for us today on Smite Talk?
Yo, so first of all, I want to say thanks a lot, Octane, for the amazing 2 shows that you put out every Sunday night. I mean, I feel that it helps to make the game grow and bring the community together. And
Well, thank you.
it's
That's
a
what,
really-
that's why
it's a really
Hi-Rez.
cool thing.
That's why Hi-Rez pays me the big bucks. You know, that's why they pay me the big bucks.
They pay you? What?
Really,
in-
they
We're
pay
gonna
you
talk
for
offline.
this?
We're gonna talk offline.
Dude, didn't you guys know I get paid in Monopoly money? Come on now, it works out well when you go to the
Oh,
ATM.
right.
Well, the ATM
I
doesn't.
thought they paid you in gems or something.
The ATM doesn't accept it, and I don't know why. I don't know why the ATM does not accept my Monopoly money. I'll be honest with you. All right, so what question you got? What do you got for us?
Right. First of all, I want to talk about this new patch, and specifically, I main support, and I love Athena. I love her to bits. And I think this new helm could have a strange implication for Guardians because, especially the one which prevents you from getting crit and then boosts your magical power, it might actually be viable on supports when they get it in the mid to late game, and they could start doing a lot of damage.
Yeah, I have to look that up real quick. I just brought it up again. Let me look real quick on that because I know there's a lot of cool stuff to talk about with the new item. Are you talking about the Celestial Legion helm? Is that the one you're talking about? Or the
Yeah, I
Imperial
forgot
helm?
the name, but the helm, the one which gives you the crit immunity, and then if you do get crit, it boosts your magical power by 40.
Okay.
Except for Ninja.
Yeah, I know. I was
Ninja's
thinking about
ultimate is
it when
not
I saw
effective.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Which
what
is
it
fair. Which is fair.
now so what we got here? Somebody in chat goes, now I know why Octane always wins the Monopoly. That's right. I got Hi-Rez as the bank. So anyways, the helm is a Celestial Legion helm, and it gives 40 plus magical damage, 50 plus physical protection. The passive on it. So very much, it's a physical protection item that you're going to buy. So, you know, you could see this very close to like Sovereignty and stuff like that. But it gives you 40 plus magical damage. So I could see this on your gods like Bacchus or on your gods like Ares, who we're going to talk about, you know, next FG. And the passive, though, if you are crit, so very much it's saying when you are not, you know, when you take the damage, when you're a crit, you can be crit again. You cannot be crit again for the next 3 seconds. So when you see gods that are very crit heavy with a lot of attack speed in there, like this allows you to almost absorb the additional crits within those 3 seconds of burst. You also then gain 40 magical power when that crit happens. So you get even stronger. So like, this is awesome. You cannot activate more than once every 20 seconds. It costs 3150 gold. And this is a tier 3 item. I'm super excited about this as a support player. Do you guys see this on any other gods, though? Like any other class gods outside of like your guardians?
Maybe like a Zong? Maybe like a tanky mage? Zong Kui?
Well, I think this could be also good for. I think it'd also be good for things like Athena Jungle, because then it allows her to. But that would be the other item, in my opinion, because that gives a flat pen, and then she can build cooldown boots, Void Stone, and then this one. And she has protections, and she has pen, and the cooldown and the damage all together from 3 items.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think I'm excited for some of these. It's interesting because we haven't really had, just talking about the helm item, like we haven't really had helms up to this point, if you guys notice. Like we've had, your
True.
breastplates, stuff like that. So we're finally getting into helms, which I think is really cool. Like it's a whole nother set of some lore type items that we can tap into. I like where they're starting out with them. We have 4 new helms getting introduced into the game, along with the bow that's getting introduced. So I
That bow.
I'm really surprised, though. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm really surprised. Like Hi-Rez is ballsy, putting all these god changes, new god remodels, and items into the mix. Like
Oh yeah, this was a massive
let's
patch.
stir those around in the pot, and then let's see what happens next week or the week after with adjustments to items. Oh, we're gonna. Here's what I'm excited about. So let's say hypothetically we see this released on Tuesday, which is very common with that. Do we see Friday a hot fix coming out to nerf something because it's way too strong? My guess,
Yes.
my guess,
Arachne?
my guess. No. My guess is the bow. My guess is the
Oh,
new
the
bow.
bow.
My guess is we'll see that come into play there. But just a
What?
thought.
Yeah, I can't wait to throw that bow on like Shiblanca and just kind of seeing how
Dude, that'd be so
he needs to
good.
return. It's about time.
That would be so good to put that on Shablanque. Like, that'd be mad good. So, Hyperion, any other insight on the items or anything else you want to talk about at this point?
Sure. I'd like to talk about the esports, and specifically
for
the
it.
SPL. But of
Yeah.
course, if you're at the items, one question is, will the items be available on Wednesday for the first set of games? I mean, starting with those games, or will the
Not.
items be
Oh,
banned?
yeah, without a doubt.
What?
They'll be available. My understanding.
Well, I thought Hi-Rez Bart said that the items were on. They were doing something different with the items. They were putting them on the
Really?
test server, and if they worked or if they didn't work, they still reserved the right to not bring those live. Like I thought.
Well,
that was
anything.
the PTS
I think
thing.
I feel like that's anything in the PTS though. I feel
Well,
like
yeah, I guess.
anything in the PTS. Like all of a sudden, Arachne could be. All of a sudden, Hi-Rez could be like, oh, we found Arachne's completely broken. We're not going to add her into this next one. So, I mean,
Good point. Voice of reason, Octane. Good job.
I try. I know. I try to play the politician route. I want to make sure we don't say anything that's not correct. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know. I don't know with the items. I mean, I would expect the items if the patch goes live on Tuesday. SPL's on hypothetical goes live on Tuesday. I know nothing that you guys all know. Don't put it on Reddit. On Wednesday, Wednesday with SPL, the only things I'm eager to see what gods will be available with the reworks and the adjustments, and if the items will be available. I would say
Yeah,
most
that's
likely
very
they will, because
Because New WoW was banned when she
I feel
changed.
like I feel like in the past with the items have always been allowed in. Like there's been no
Yeah.
item restrictions. Like I haven't seen them do it, nor do I know how Hi-Rez would limit that. As for when it comes down to the god choices, I definitely see some of that limbo period until they're actually allowed, like the 2-week period or whatever. So we'll have to see, but we'll find
Wait,
out.
was there a tournament with Motivate and Gauntlet? Was there actually like a competitive game when those items were in, or were they hotfixed before that?
Oh, they were in
Like
tournaments. I feel like they had to. What was it? Okay, I know for a fact it was funny. Gauntlets came out and they were completely overpowered. So glad that they were taken out. And it wasn't a high-res tournament. I was casting the 3 vs 3 North American tournament. Every
Probably the
person
most
bought.
boring thing
Every
ever.
person bought gauntlets. Everyone, raw, had gauntlets. Like every jungler had gauntlets. Like it was like ridiculous to say the least. So Hyperion, I think I'm going to cut you off there. I appreciate you going ahead and calling in. You had some great insight, and I hope to see you call in next week.
Right, thanks a lot. Keep up the good work.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Keep up the good work, Octane.
It is always nice to hear people appreciate the shows that we, not just myself and FG,
I mean, my name
myself.
does come first.
That's right. It's like a wedding certificate, right? Or wedding invites, but that myself and FG put together, myself and that F dot put together, like I appreciate. It's always nice to hear when people enjoy the show. If you guys, it's a reminder, if you guys do enjoy this show and the past show, a Smite Update, go down below and tell Hi-Rez. They don't know that you guys like it unless you go down, click streamer feedback, and then select Octane Pro and say, hey, I like what this is going on. I don't like this, whatever. Please give feedback, guys. We need feedback for these shows because if you guys don't give feedback for the Smite Update and the Smite Talk, Hi-Rez could be like, we don't get enough feedback, so we're gonna remove him off a Smite game. Which then you don't get. Then you don't get this great source of content on such like a 24/7 type of channel. So please make sure you do it. So let's go ahead and we'll bring in one more caller here. And then we're going to go ahead and talk about our God discussion here. So let's go ahead and bring in our next caller. Welcome to Smite Talk. How's it going?
Good. How you doing?
Doing good.
Doing good.
So what do you want to talk about today?
Okay, so first off, I just want to touch on a little bit of something from the first part of the show, if you don't mind, because my expertise really isn't Ares by any means.
You can jump around and bring up new topics as much as you want. That's the nice thing about our show. So what do you got?
So just on the treasure chests alone, this is my issue. I'm someone who's spent probably $200 to $300 on the game between various skins, voice packs, icons, wards, skins, etc. However, and I'm okay with them having the 600 gem skins in there, etc. But I feel like when you're adding things like the emotes, like the claps and dances, that's just a bunch of filler space, and that's nowhere near worth it for me to invest my money in that kind of reward.
Let me ask you this. If they were to add the emote, you know how like you get an item and then they give you like the booster or whatever?
Sure.
If they were to add the emotes and the other stuff as a secondary reward compared to the booster, would you be okay with that?
That would work.
You know what I mean?
I would be okay with it if it was like you would get an icon and then that would be more worth it to me.
I think I really like it. I think it's a really good idea. I feel like when I go ahead and roll on the treasure chest, there should be like a tier 1 and a tier 2 item you get. And I think the items need to be classified, and I think you're completely right as the caller. Like, I would love to see that change made. I don't want to see filler. I want to know that when I go ahead and roll, that I will get tier 1. Unfortunately,
right,
I'll say it. Tier 1.
You've purchased everything you want.
Yep.
So it's only left. What's left is only what you kind of semi care for or don't really want. So you're really taking a risk there anyway, and you don't want to get hosed on it.
Yeah, like I will say, like I would love to roll the treasure chest. No, tier 1, I could get an Artemis convention skin, even though this is hypothetical. I do not agree. I do not agree with it. Artemis convention skin and a ward skin. Artemis convention skin and an emote. Artemis convention skin completely. And a booster. Artemis convention skin and an icon. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like that's kind of the setup that I imagine. I could be completely wrong, but that's just kind of my feeling towards that. And I think people would enjoy it more compared to like a giant gamble and putting, because I personally don't put a Guan Yu convention skin and the emote next to each other. Like they are not even.
No, nowhere near.
You know.
One makes the gameplay more fun, and the other one is just kind of like a comical value, I guess.
Sure. FG, what do you think? You've been quiet during that discussion.
No, I was kind of reading everything. So I just want to clarify to, I guess, everyone that's listening on iTunes, which you should be doing, and don't forget to give us a 5-star rating. You can't
Plug.
You can't get claps or waves. So when we say emotes, it's only the dance and special,
yes,
right?
Correct. Yep.
So those little 50 gem things don't count.
Yep, correct.
So a person in chat said they got Thor's dance and they got a booster. So does that seem worth it to people? Like,
I got the Thor special and a 3-day booster.
So how do you feel? How'd you feel when you got that?
2 months worth of boosters.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
You know what I mean?
I bought 30 chests the one day, and I think I got a booster with every one. I'm like, I will never run out.
Yeah, I bought 26 today, and I got like 2 skins and a voice pack, and the rest were all ward skins and some emotes.
I'm so glad I got all the ward skins now. I don't have to worry about that anymore.
Oh my word. Okay,
but now I
so
have to worry about emotes.
when Treasure Chest first came out, okay, I went ahead and bought a ton of them, and so I started out and I was like rolling it, and it's like voice pack. I'm like, okay, cool. Rolled again, voice pack. Rolled again, voice pack. I was about to scream, but then I realized I realized that the reason I was getting the voice packs was because I had like 2 voice packs in the whole game that I had purchased separately. So it was coming out of that, like there was a ton of voice packs waiting to be, won by me, and that's why I was getting it. Then all of a sudden I got like the Christmas hell or whatever, and I was like, yes, like okay, type of deal. So, but I ended up getting 16 new voice packs that day. Because of the fact that I just didn't have any. So it made sense. A tier system, though, I would love it. I would love for a voice pack to be on the same level as a word skin, as same level as a icon. Now, if Hi-Rez looks at that and goes, well, we can't really charge 200 then, we can charge like 400. That's fine. I'd be fine with 400 if you're getting like a Christmas Hell skin and then voice pack. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'd be okay with it too. And when you figure that most people who are buying chests have already spent a considerable amount of money,
Yeah.
that extra 200 gems isn't going to be a deal breaker for them.
Yeah, yeah.
True. Yeah.
What else? What else you want to talk about?
Okay, so my last thing real quick, and I know this is probably going to be broken record, so I'll just be quick about it.
Go for
And
it.
I know SunTouch made a point about this with his whole second account and getting to Masters in 15 days or whatever. And
Yeah.
I'm not claiming that I'm a league pro by any means, but I'm saying that I do have a second account that I also play leagues with. And because I had no clue with my first account, and I have a pretty good clue now, my second account is considerably higher in leagues than my first account because my ELO is so low that even though I'm in like gold 3 or whatever, I get matched with people in bronze 5 who have never played leagues before. And so I do feel like I'm kind of stuck in this rut because although I'm consistently going 12-1, 12-2, I'm matched with 3 other people who go 0-8.
Okay.
And I'm not really sure what the fix is for that, but I can tell you that the community as a whole, from what I'm hearing, is generally frustrated by that feeling.
Yeah, your
So you're
place.
saying there.
You're talking. Yeah, the placement match definitely. I feel like sets the pace though. Like that placement match, like determines your route so much right now.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Like you play that placement match and you get placed with a bunch of people that are not at your skill level. Let's say you're diamond and you're diamond hypothetically, and you're playing with a bunch of bronze people, and you lose. That first match. I feel like it's like you then have to climb the ladder 10 times longer and farther than everyone else. But if you win, you're kind of set on the right pace.
Yeah, and what I've found just from the previous experience is basically, I feel like for me, someone like me who's not a competitive pro level player or
Sure.
whatever, it's best to get on with the leagues at the start of any ELO reset. That's your best chance to progress because that's what other people are going to carry.
Okay.
Right? Otherwise, now you got everybody in platinum and masters, and then just the casual ranked players who are silver 2 and don't really know the metas or anything.
Okay. I can see where you're coming from. Makes sense. Well, man,
Cool,
I
and
want to
that's
go ahead.
all I have, guys.
Okay. Well, thanks for calling in. I appreciate it today. Make sure you try
I
to
appreciate
call
your
in
time.
next
Thanks
week.
a lot.
Thank you. So, who are we talking about this week? God discussion. We try to do this each week, guys, as we have time. Who is the god of choice this week?
The god of choice is Ares.
Ooh.
And I wanted to pick this one because I know you say this all the time, and you're gonna say it this time. I guarantee you. So
You don't know me. You don't know me.
I do know you. So Ares is one of those gods that is always bounced around. People are like, he's not competitive in conquest. He's not competitive in tournaments. And this is one of these gods that has a pretty fun kit, right? The only ability is kind of suspect to me. I forgot which button it's on because I don't really play Ares. What's his little thing? That thing. You saw what I just did. What is that?
What was that?
What ability is that on? Want me to do it again?
Yeah.
This thing.
What
He
is
slams the sword and the shield together. What
bolstering
button is that on?
defenses, number 2.
Yes. Thank you.
I'm like, I can barely see your hands. Like your hands are like up above your camera area. So I'm like, I don't know what he's
What is he
doing.
doing?
It looks like he's clapping his hands together. I was like, Ares doesn't clap to my knowledge. So whatever.
Yes, he
Look
does.
at chat. Look at
Yes,
chat.
he
They're like
does.
his two. Bolstering defenses.
So that's one ability that I feel that I know it does something, right? It's like, what does it do? It reduces your CC or reduces the time CC's on you or something like that. It does something, but it's one of those abilities that Hi-Rez Chris was talking about before. It doesn't really feel fun. Like you do it and you just do it. You know what I mean? Oh, there's people around me. Here's my 2. Whatever.
You know how-
So that's one
okay.
ability I'm not too keen on.
You know how I want to see Hi-Rez change that?
Go for it.
Okay, so let me read all bolstering defenses first. Ares strengthens the defenses of himself and all enemies, granting protections and reducing crowd control duration for each stacking enemy, and protection buffs are increased.
Yes.
As you said, it's not fun. It doesn't look like anything crazy. He just goes ching ching with his shield and his sword,
Yeah.
and then it happens.
if
Here's
you're
what
on
I
the team, you don't feel like anything happens.
here's
You're
what
like,
I
"All right,
want to
whatever."
here's what I want to see. Okay, I want to see. Hang on, I want to check where it says it. Does it say radius? Okay, the radius is 35. Okay, I want to see him do that, but then I want to see almost an explosion come out of his shield that then emits to the people within the 35 number radius, and then almost a shield or a bubble appear on his teammates. So, or you know how like the Geb shield occurs?
Yeah,
I would love
exactly.
to see something similar that shows it, but for Ares. I mean, I could take bolstering defenses and almost make it into something super cool on a god as a support, where you pop that, and then all of a sudden, okay, just an idea. We love to just talk and shoot the shit and talk about stuff. An ultimate for a god that's a guardian in the future, like bolstering defenses, you pop it, you see armor fly in from the skies and armor up your teammates in your area, and it's your ultimate. And it's your ultimate. Can you imagine? You're sitting there, your teammate pops an ultimate, golden armor comes down from the skies, glows, makes your teammates super protection-like during a team fight. Like,
Immune to CC.
You know how
Immune to
cool?
CC.
You know how cool that would be? I would play that god all the time. That would be a perfect team fight focused god that would really show protections and really emit that shield functionality on a god. Just saying. But anyways, let's get back to Ares. Go for it.
I'm with you. So I jumped to that ability first because Shackles is a fun, awesome ability. It's one of those abilities that once you get to the point of the height of your skill ceiling, that you nail that, you feel so good. Like choom, choom.
It also has a skill.
ability.
It also has a skill level to it where it's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's not super easy to hit. You know what I mean? Like it does it, and it rewards you for hitting it. If you have shackles on someone, they can die from the damage over time that's being applied to it. And I love it because I love playing in arena, playing Ares, and getting majority kills because of the fact of constantly being on shackles.
Yes, indeed. And that cripple is so, like, when you've been shackled and you're like, all right, I'm just about to leap out of here. Oh, wait a minute. That button is no longer working. Like, it's so annoying and so satisfying when you shackle three separate people. Oh, God. One really good ability. And that automatically combos into a Searing Flesh with, by design, you're slowing them down, you're crippling them, you're burning their flesh. Really, I mean, I
Searing
really
Flesh
like
is really
Ares'
good.
kit.
So,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think the two.
And- Go for it, brother.
I think the two.
This is a discussion.
The two is the only item, and I can agree with you that I would change up in Ares' kit, the bolstering defenses. And by that I mean I feel the animation needs to be adjusted. There needs to be something more to make it more prevalent, and you can see that actually something's occurring. So that's my recommendation.
Agreed. Don't forget 3 shackles, Searing Flesh, cons low damage on Ares. I don't know what you're talking about.
So
Damage just rains out from that
I
ability.
think it's a good topic to talk about. No Escape, Ares Ultimate.
Yeah,
when
let's talk about that.
When it came out, that was when Beads was changed multiple times because of Ares. I'll be honest with you. If you guys have been around, I don't know when. You know, it'd be cool. Hi-Rez, another recommendation. Would love to see it on the Smite game website, where the guy gives the overview of the god. I'd love to see a date that he's introduced. A date that you could, it'd be nice to be able to see that in there. It'd be nice.
Yeah.
It'd be a nice factor for people like us, where you say, type roles, pros, date introduced, or something like that. Anyways, so Ares was introduced into the game, and his ultimate his ultimate was so good because his ultimate, with the way it's developed, beads used to be like twice as long. And they literally made a million different adjustments and flip-flops all around because of beads, because of Ares Ultimate. And I'm so happy about it. Like, Ares impacted the way that beads and Aegis were developed. So, I mean, where do you see his Ultimate now versus where it was when it first came out?
So the only problem with No Escape is the fact that you have to completely build Ares for that ability to be. You have to build him with that ultimate in mind
for cooldown
it to
reduction,
even be relevant. Right.
Yeah.
You have to go full CDR to make that ultimate even worth even using, which it really pigeonholes him in a really negative way. I think I really can't think of any other character in the game where you have to build CDR or your ultimate is absolutely worthless unless you're playing against people that don't use beads, and then you're just you're a king among men. But I don't know what to change on it because it's such a fun. Have you ever did No Escape to an Apollo that was flying off and killing him in the process? It's like one of the most fun things you can do in the game. So I really like his ult. The cooldown of it is very iffy, with its relation to beads. So I don't know. I do know that he doesn't really belong in Conquest, and this is what I'm basically segueing to you for.
Go for it.
Just because he's not good in Conquest doesn't mean he's not good in other modes.
Oh, I completely agree.
In Arena,
I completely agree.
Siege,
Assault, he's good
really,
at Assault.
really good.
He's really good in Assault. I saw someone pick him up in Siege the other day and did phenomenal with him.
Yeah.
I think it was. I think it's a shout out. I think it was Not For Me. Not For Me is a viewer of mine that plays a lot with me. Used to play a lot of 3 versus 3s. He played on Ares and did very, very well with him in Siege. But yes, Assault Arena, perfect fitting for Ares. Talking about Ares as well, I'll throw it over to you first. I'll give my opinion. Do you feel Blink is required on Ares? And
Yes.
if so, okay. What game modes though?
Anytime you pick Ares, you have to have Blink in your active slot. Because you can't walk up to someone and no escape them, because then they can just escape you.
I don't know necessarily for Conquest. Yes and no. But for me,
Well,
at
that's the
least,
problem in Conquest, right? Because he benefits from Blink so well, but if you're in Conquest, you already have Hog taken, and you're probably going to need Weakening Curses the way the meta is going these days with Aphrodites and Raza
Yep.
all over the place.
Yep.
So he just doesn't belong in Conquest, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, when I look at him in Assault and in Arena, Blink is required. Like, I don't leave without Blink. Like, even a tier 1 Blink is
Yeah.
required with that combination. So I really, really enjoy it. And you know. So, Ares...
One last thing about Ares. Oh,
Go
ahead.
for it.
I thought you were making us go to something else.
No, I was going to say, Ares right now, though, for me in a competitive scene, is not in a good spot. Because... other gods in the Guardian role lend their kit and their setup better for team fights. Like
absolutely.
your Gebs, your Athenas, your Bacchus, you know, even Kumakarna is even there. We saw Kumakarna being played this past week in the SPL. But I feel like, you know, when you're looking at gods, you know, for selection for Guardians and for like current picks, current meta, you have your tier 1, and then I feel like Ares falls like tier 2, like a second choice. And a lot of people like to say like situational. Like I put him in the same category.
Situational. Yeah.
Like I put him in the same category as like Ymir, for example. I would put him there as well.
So someone in chat said this, and I want to get your feedback on it.
Do it. What is it?
No escape as basically, hey, everyone use your beads so the rest of my team can now CC you and hurt you. How do you
Beads.
feel about that as an ability? Like, everyone's going to use their beads when no escape goes. So now everyone's beads are down. Do you think that's compelling enough?
I think I mean it does. It forces the beads to be used, or it forces the ultimate to be used, and that is a big one you have to remember when you're looking at team fights that are breaking out. If you could force an ultimate because someone doesn't have beads yet, it's so key to be able to force that ultimate to be on cooldown. Now, when you pick Ares, you also need to be able to be picking gods that pair very well with Ares. What I mean by that is, if you can force a beads or an ultimate use, you could pop in with someone else to go ahead and take that advantage as well. You know, in order to pop Ares ultimate, and then XYZ gods ultimate pops in after, in order to abuse the fact that they don't have beads yet. So think of it like you could, like with your combinations that are out there, you know, you could have a Ares ultimate, or look this way, other side, Shablanque ultimate, where beads is used and then Ares pops his ultimate, or vice versa. Like and you either
who's beating Shibalanke's ultimate? Let me know who they are.
Or that, or that. But I'm just an example. It's just an example. Same thing with forcing the ultimate. It's very much
in the Sillet lane.
It's very much to force. It's very much to force the use of the beads or to force the use of the ultimate right now. I feel like that's where No Escape has come. You know, where we're at now. It wasn't originally when it first came out. It wasn't that way at all. Like the way the meta was being played, but now it definitely is. So, just my thoughts on that.
I agree.
Let's go ahead here. We'll go ahead and take another caller. Let's go ahead and bring in Lord Snow, one of my stream viewers. Welcome to Smite Talk. How's it going?
Hey, Octane. Hey, FG3000.
Yo.
So what do we want to talk about today?
Right. So, first, let's go ahead and start talking about Ares. You guys were just talking about him.
Go for it.
Here is what I would like to see, and some people may agree with me. They may not.
Ooh, are you going to say passive that I forgot to mention?
No, I would actually like to see Ares stop being a guardian, and I would like to see him become a warrior and have his offense increased and his protections decreased. I think because of his aggressive playstyle as a guardian, and I've gotten so many kills just playing Ares more than my ADC, I believe by upping his wave clear damage, by upping not his shackles are fine, but maybe his wave clear, and then extend the ult reach to about 10, 15 more feet. That way, blink is no longer a requirement. That way, you can get weakening curse to deal with those Raws, those Aphrodite. That way, it's no longer. And he's more like the Spartan that his lore has come to be. I mean, he finally will fit his role and his lore, and he will finally have the title warrior, and it will work. I think that is exactly where he needs to be to come back into the competitive scene.
I don't. I think.
So
I don't
that's
think.
go
Yeah,
ahead.
I was gonna say you're not the first to recommend Ares to have a different kit or even to have huge adjustments to it. People have been screaming at this for a while. Ares, the god of war, is you think damage like bruiser. I definitely see him more in like a bruiser style. When I think if someone goes God of War Ares, what would you design? It'd probably be some badass god, warrior within Smite, lots of cool damage, stuff like that. We don't really get that with Ares. I like the kit of Ares. I would love to see it like having the Sun Wukong treatment, put onto a different god. Ares be given something that's worthwhile to make him viable and a warrior. I mean, like, look at, like, Odin. Like, Odin kind of fills that, like, God of War style almost to me. The way he is now. His new kit type of deal. So, I'd love to see it. I wouldn't mind it. I would, as long as we don't forget his current kit, because I still think his current kit's good, but giving it to another god.
Well, this is a good point. We just talked about this. So you guys, I'm just being devil's advocate.
Sure.
It's not really what I feel. But so we want to change Ares to a warrior so he fits in conquest better. But
and overall,
arena
I feel like
and
overall,
siege and assault.
correct, but
is
he's
that not
also
good enough?
he's not damage based. He's not damage based the way I imagine Ares. Doesn't matter what mode you're playing him in. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. So more of a lore perspective, which they've done before.
Yes.
And
The
that
lore
was the
of
whole
Hunbots and Wukong.
And that was the whole reason why the new Cuckoo, I'm just going to call him Cuckoo. That is the reason
Yeah,
why
exactly. Cuckoo and
inherited,
AO, lore reasons. Okay, I'm with you.
And I feel like by giving him, and like you said, I think his kit just needs some adjustments and maybe put on another god. But right, I agree. His kit is fine. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's a good kit.
Yep.
It's just not viable in Conquest and League where it once was, and where I would like to see him again. I mean, I guess I'm one of those people that likes to see every god be capable of playing in every mode. I don't want any gods to specifically just be for, one or two modes here, one or two modes there. I want to see him in every mode.
Good point.
Okay, good. What else you want to talk about today?
I would also like to talk about Arachne. Now, I've said this in chat, and I'm going to say it here again. Am I the only one who is annoyed by the fact that Arachne, when she ults, she's going to be able to not be hit? Like, you can't hit her while she's running on that ceiling. And the thing is...
It's going to be like
Thanatos-
Apollo, where if you have, like, shackles from Ares attached, you can still do the damage. I imagine.
Exactly, but think about, okay, Apollo, Thanatos, Thor, all have a delayed time before they're able to get in the air. This Arachne, from my understanding, will not have the same delay. Without that delay, how are you going to get shackles off to hit her?
Well, Freya pretty much goes up in the air instantly.
Yeah, she lifts off, like, right away.
She also doesn't step in the air. As
Yo,
well.
I wonder what the
that's
new...
four
So
spots.
with the new Freya skin, the Pixel Buster, does she have, like, rockets come out of her shoes as she goes up in the air? Like... That'd be so cool. That'd be so cool. By the way, FG, you look like Brian McKnight.
I saw that. That's the very, very popular R&B singer from the late '90s. Check him out on YouTube.com.
Oh wow, you got like the smooth jazz type of like sound, like voice in there.
We're talking about Arachne.
I know.
So about 8 seconds up there. If she chooses to, she could pounce down early.
Yeah.
She can sprint before she goes up there and make a ton of distance. It's crazy. It's real. I agree with you. There's not really any moves like that in the game right now. And like you said, Apollo and Thor, they have charge ups. Arachne goes up in the air. She can be a mile away by the next time you see her. I don't know. I guess we just have to see. I'm okay with new things in the game, right? You said that the fact that she can't be hit like other gods. That's okay, right?
I'm okay with
She's
it.
different than other gods, right?
I will accept it, and the thing is, like, other than that, I am actually happy with this Arachne rework. I'm not even an Arachne player myself. I don't play Arachne, but I
Oh,
am
you
actually
will.
happy.
That's right.
Exactly.
You will.
I know. But I am happy to see this for her because, as I said, I want every god to be capable of playing every mode to some extent. I don't like it being where, oh, well, Arachne's just good in Siege. Well, I mean, the fact that she's viable in every mode now will be a huge benefit to the game and the meta. I'm actually really happy with this match. I would like to have seen duo queuing. I would have liked to have seen that matchmaking fix, like you were discussing earlier. Oh god, I would have loved to have seen that. But outside of that, I am very happy with the patch. I don't know what the dude said in chat about the animations of Cuckoo being different. If they are, yes, thank you. But I think Cuckoo looks amazing. Like he looks visually, he looks
Angry,
amazing.
like really
Yeah.
angry. Like
He looks. I
first-
think he admits that he matches that traditional, like sacred dragon type of like where it's like super scary type of deal, super powerful. Like it fits
Yeah.
very well. I'm really happy that like the Chinese scene put pressure on Hi-Rez, which is fine. We put pressure on them all the time to do things, but put pressure on them
Yeah.
to make adjustments to Ao Quang to make him more up with the other Chinese dragons.
Yeah. Now, am I the only one though that thinks that the Odysseus bow that is coming out is going to be? I mean, we all know where Merc is right now. He's a top tier ban. I mean, we all
Nerf
know how
Friday,
powerful he is.
Hot Fix Friday,
Give him-
Hot Fix
exactly.
Friday.
Thank you. I am not the only one who thinks that. I said this. I was on Twitch, Facebook, everywhere. I was telling all my friends. I was like, guy, Merc, this item. What is this game anymore with this god? I mean, that is. And for 2,300 gold, you practically just gave back Quinn size. You practically just gave it back. The difference is,
Hey, let's be
is it doesn't
accurate.
give
Let's be
physical
accurate.
power.
3150. Come on now, let's be accurate.
oh, good job. I didn't know
Exactly.
cost.
No, I agree. I agree. All right, Lord Snow, I'm gonna let you go, man. I appreciate you going ahead and calling in.
Thanks, glad to be here.
Have a good one. All right.
Can my Nija get Arachne's pull on his 3? Like, I won't miss a military slash. Just give me Arachne's pull on his 3.
Whatever.
I'll be so happy.
Whatever. That god. I don't want to talk about that god. All right.
The best guy in the game? That's fine. That's fine. We don't need to talk about it. Everybody already knows.
Whatever. All right, let's go ahead. Guys, we're going to take a caller email. You can go ahead and email the show, smitetalk@gmail.com, hoping that we can go ahead and get in as many of your emails today. If we don't, we'll try to get it in tomorrow. A little lengthier one, but we'll go through it. It says, I'm a brand new player and recently became interested in the competitive aspect of the game. Why is it that the meta isn't using Neith? And what makes her not compatible? Also, if you could give some general tips and need to know things for new players, that would be awesome. Sorry, I'm reading this word for word. I know what roles and somewhat know how to play them. Could you be a little bit more in depth? So let's go over the first question here. He's looking to get interested in the competitive aspect of the game. Why is it that Neith is not current in the meta? Have an answer there, or you want me to take it?
You know, Neith is my first love, my only legendary diamond, whatever, character in the game. I love me some Neith.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I hate you. Neith is competitive. She is awesome. She's a counter pick to Uller. She's a counter pick to Rom. Neith is fantastic, right? Neith fell out of favor a few patches ago when they made early game kills worth a little bit less. Neith used to be a beast, a snowballing monster. She still is. But back in the days, they changed it so that early game kills weren't worth as much.
Okay.
And this is where kind of Neith shines. She shined back then as a snowballer, right? She can, obviously, if you don't know what Neith is, she can ult from across the map. You know, if someone's low, she can ult them.
She's a sniper. She's a sniper.
She's a sniper. She used to be able to snowball really, really hard because she'd be able to get those early game kills here and there from other lanes. And all of a sudden, she has 4 kills ahead of the hunter who's just been farming and just trying to be a good boy. So they changed that, and Neith kind of fell out of favor. But she's still really, really good. Her ability to set up ganks for her jungler is just so, I feel like it's so undervalued. I see people play Neith all the time, and they only focus on using that ult to get someone that has 10 HP that's strategically in their lane. And that's not the way you play Neith. So I think Neith is better than she is shown in competitive. I just think there are better hunters, and I hate to say it. You know, you have people like Rom that can just shred a team fight. Neith doesn't have anything like that. So she's still really, really good. She's a good counter pick, but there are just other gods and the other hunters in the god that are just
she's like
scary.
she's like your safe ADC. Like if you're looking to get into the
Very, very
competitive scene, if you're looking to get into the competitive scene, or let's just say you're looking to take your not even that. Let's say you're looking to take your game to the next level and you're still new to the game. You know, Neith is a very good training wheels god, is like I wanted to say. Like she allows yes, 100%. She allows you to overcommit in situations and then backflip out of it as need be. She also has health regen that is available as well. So with that and her kit, she makes for a very good training wheels hunter. I wouldn't recommend someone just getting into a little bit more serious play, playing Rom or Apollo, because their kits force them to overcommit and then rely on other abilities to get them out. But they're very much overcommitting. Like when you see Rom or Apollo being played by people like Reels or Barracuda or Zatman, or Moex, like they're committing hardcore, not relying on an escape to get them out. So that's for me, like my recommendations. Like I'm going to say for a newer player like yourself, Neith is perfect, right up your alley. Outside of that, you know, your other question here being any tips for new players, I would recommend, you know, expanding into learning and being good at 3 gods in every role. It sounds like you're an ADC player, fine, but don't limit yourself. Make sure that you try a few different things. So I would try 3 different gods. I would master 3 gods in every role before you tap into ranked, for example. What do you think?
For sure. Yep, I definitely agree because it gives you a more rounded look at what is actually happening in the game. You know, you see a lot of I feel like you see a lot of BM from players because they don't understand what other people are doing. Right? Where's my jungler? You're supposed to be here. Why did my support leave me? What are you doing in mid? Why are you dying so much? Solo, why didn't you save me? You're way over there. What's going on? When you actually play these other roles and you realize, oh, 3-minute mark, I just got killed. The reason why I wasn't saved by anybody because my jungler was at the mid camps. That makes sense. You know what I mean? So it just gives you it gives you a better appreciation of what is actually going on in the game, and it makes you a much better player. You know, you say, oh, I can overextend a little bit because I know the jungler's at the mid camp, so I'm good to go. You know, those kind of things. Yeah,
no, I think it's a very good point, valid point. We'll go ahead and take another question here, then we'll take another caller. Dusk is up next, so just heads up, Dusk, you're coming up next here. Question here. Oh man, people go to town. Guys, keep your questions short. Holy cow. I won't read this whole thing. I've been stuck in Elo hell for a while now. I nearly got out, but now I've dropped right back down into the pit. Farther than ever before at nearly 500 Elo. Oh my word. Everything was going good, and I was on my promo game to Silver 5 one day. I decided to go to bed early and call it a night. The next day when I woke up, I logged in, went into my first match. Something happened and my team surrendered at 10 minutes because they felt that like 3K gold behind was too much. So then he got ditched right back down. I think they need to remove the... Oh, that's something different. Oh, I think they need to remove the free gem day from ranked and maybe give additional gems for casual games to stop people from getting into ranked or playing ranked just because of it. So... What do I think? I guess this question is, what do you think about the matchmaking system? I think we've beaten the matchmaking system to a pulp. Do you agree?
Yeah, we absolutely have.
So let's take a different question. Different question here. Question comes from Komodo. What do you think the reaction to a nerf on purification beads, along with the along with like so what do we think about purification beads getting a nerf? He's not saying it needs to. He's just saying, what do you think it would be?
If it ever got nerfed, it would be on the CDR part on rank 3. I don't see, as far as the timing goes, timer is fine. The CDR is fine, but I think they would nerf the rank 3 CDR. Is the only thing I could see that they would nerf if they wanted to nerf it, but they better not nerf it.
I'd be interested to see how things work out with adjustments to beads. Beads and Aegis have been, their adjustments were side by side. When we saw a lot of changes being made to purification beads and Aegis, I think I'm not sitting here going, they need a nerf, they need a nerf, they need a nerf. But it'd be interesting if they added like 10 seconds onto it. How it would
10
affect
10 seconds longer?
10 seconds. No, 10 seconds longer of a cooldown.
Oh, across the board at every rank? Rank 1 would be terrible.
Yep. I'm just saying. I'm not saying it needs to be that way, but
Yeah,
it would
yeah.
have a strong impact. Hi-Rez has done a lot in order to get it to a very good place. I think it's at a very good place. I think people would be quite frustrated, and if they were to go ahead and make that change. So,
Yeah,
just a thought.
you said it. It's in a really good spot. And then I love the fact that
Yeah,
at
I
rank
agree.
3, you have the ability to be offensive with the beads, or you can still be defensive with the beads. And that is I love the fact that you have to make a conscious decision with your rank 3 beads. And I do it all the time with Nija, the best guy in the game, is stunning someone with my 3. They get away because Nija can't catch anyone. And bam, popping my beads, stunning them again. Death.
Yeah.
Best guy in the game.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead take another call here. Dusk, welcome to Smite Talk. How's it going, sir?
Hey guys, happy to be on again.
Hey, top of the morning to ya. So, what do you want to talk about today?
Yeah, it is actually 4 in the morning.
I know.
First
I can
off-
always tell. All of you, I swear, this show is more popular in Europe than it is with NA viewers.
I love
Yeah.
it.
So, what do you got? What's your question?
The first thing, I'm kind of sad that the viewer count for this show is half of what the Smite update is, and I wish that more of the Smite update viewers would stay to watch this show because I think
Well, thank you.
it could be
You and me
episodes, but I
both.
go,
That's right. That's right.
Actually-
That's right. I'll have to look at the numbers. I think Smite Update actually has more numbers right now on iTunes as well, but I think it's only because of the fact that the longevity. I mean, it's on episode 65. We're not even half of that right now, to be honest with you. So I'd have to look and see. But I think Smite Talk though is pretty close. I think it's pretty close. I will have to say though, I get all these EU callers, but we have no EU feedback on iTunes. So on iTunes, there's no one has gone on iTunes and given us 5-star or even 1-star reviews and left a comment. But on US though, we have plenty for Smite Talk. So I think you guys need to change that. I think somebody's got to go in from EU, represent on iTunes, and leave us some nice 5-star reviews. Just saying.
that,
Put them on the spot.
I'm calling out the EU scene right now.
that's understandable, but I have a feeling that a lot less
Go for it.
Europeans use iTunes than Americans.
Yeah, that's true. We're
Yeah.
pretty crazy.
What do you
about
guys
Apple.
use? What do you guys use over there? Nothing?
That doesn't matter.
Good
Non-relevant discussion, let's stick to Smite.
Good
So
point.
there's,
Next segue. Here we go.
there's a lot of cool stuff that was brought up today, so I'll try to go through some of them. First up, Ares. The first time I played this game, I looked over the god list. I saw Ares, I saw Magical, and Guardian. So I asked my friend, which played the game before me, to explain what the hell is up with that. And at that point, I lost all interest. I was like, God of War, Magical Guardian, no thank you, good day.
I'm with you. I understand.
That doesn't make much sense to me, but there's a lot of discussions to be said, and I won't go into the abilities and such.
Okay.
What I do want to talk about is chests, since you also talked about them, and some viewers had some really good points on them.
Okay.
But here's my opinion. I don't like them. Here's why. First off, Valve has a chest system for Dota 2 and CSGO.
Okay.
But the thing is, they have the Steam market. So whatever drops in the chest, you can already purchase. So if you want something specific from the chest, you can purchase it on the market. Sometimes hella cheaper than the actual chest key costs, or the chest. But here, you have some exclusive stuff to the chests, and you're seriously gambling if you want those.
Correct.
Like, if you're
Yep.
actually buying chests to buy those, you should already have most of the skins to actually have a chance to get them. Otherwise, you're not gonna get them. And a lot of problems comes up with this. Like, if someone has most of the skins, the other skins that he doesn't have are probably skins that he doesn't like. I remember on FG's YouTube channel, the first things that he opened were all the things he hated.
True. Things I never. Ever
That's
said
awesome.
and didn't want.
I'm so happy I'm so happy that you were tortured. I just want to say that. Just want to say that.
So
He's making a really good point. He's saying, it's not really a gamble at the end of the day. The people that are really benefiting from the chest are the people that have the most stuff already. And it's just really just a play in the numbers game. Like, all right, well, at least 5 of these chests, I'm going to get exactly what I want. Where the people that don't have a lot of stuff, those are the people that are truly, truly gambling.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. And
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut
there's
you off there.
There's another problem that comes up with this. Obviously, if you get something that's worth 200 gems, that's a loss for you because you could have just bought it straight up for 200 gems. And this way, they kind of force you to buy all the stuff that's in the game and waste more money. So it's kind of a money trap, but I won't go too much into that. What I do find kind of insulting is the fact that they added the 3-day booster to kind of like complement it to make it like feel less bad. And the thing about it is you can't even activate it. It automatically activates when you buy the treasure chest. It's like you're forced to play Smite for the next 3 days to make use of it.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
as I kind of talked about earlier with the one caller, I'd like to see a tier system built in with the chest. So like certain things are classified as tier 1 and tier 2, and so you'll get one tier 1 item, one tier 2 item. That's just kind of my thoughts, what I'd like to see, to be honest with you. I don't know how that'll work out, but I'd rather see something like that, like kind of what we talked about at the top of the show when we got into it a little bit more.
Yeah, I heard that and I really like the idea.
So now we just have to sell it to Hi-Rez. That's all we got to do. Is that it? That's all we got to do.
Yeah, I guess. I wanted to mention something else about the chest, but I forgot what. Anyway,
What?
oh
That's
yeah,
okay.
my experience with the chests. I have 3 skins besides the Facebook and the Twitter one. One of them is the Almighty Zeus, which I got from Humble Bundle.
Oh, I think I did that too.
The other 2 are the Nemesis skin, the Ninja one, and Digimir, because I really like them, and I bought them with the gems from the weekend events. And the Digimir one, I actually bought it during the skin sale during the summer. So I bought, I believe, 5 treasure chests, and this is what I got. I got the Ward skin, which I actually had a tier monster skin from you. Thank you, by the way.
How dare I?
I
What?
got-
You didn't get that from me? I know what you're talking
No,
about.
I like the tier monster skin, so I
Good.
already had a skin. I didn't need another skin.
Good. Okay.
I got 3 voice packs, which obviously
Lucky
I didn't
you.
really need, but whatever. And I got 1 skin, and the 1 skin that I got was Stormbringer Zeus.
Ugh,
At that
gross.
point, I said I will never buy a chest again.
Sucks to be you, nerd.
That was the only skin in the game I didn't want.
I'm with you. I'm totally with you. How about Cascade Hebo? It's called Cascade, right? The
Yeah,
water
yeah.
one.
The
The
water
water
one,
one.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't want that one either. I don't have that one yet. I'm
That's
so glad
funny.
I don't have it.
That's so
Still
funny.
better than Stormbreaker, though.
Mm-hmm.
One more thing I want to talk about is the patch. There's a lot of cool stuff in it. I like the kits of both Odin and Arachne, except for Arachne's numbers. Whoever came up with that is... I don't know what the hell he was thinking. Those numbers just are insane. Fine-tuned, but that's what the testing is for.
That's what the testing for. I'm glad you said that. Good job.
But one thing I didn't really like about the patch was the new item, the one with the attack speed and chain lightning. I haven't tested these things out, so this is all the thought process so far. When I saw that item, the first thing I thought about was, you just it just put Osiris in his place. Why are you adding this item? This is so good for him as a second item.
It is. I really have nothing to say about that.
Sorry, I
Osiris.
was distracted. Somebody was sending me a link. That was what we talked about earlier regarding people watering down the watering. I'm sorry. Someone had
The
put
chest.
watering down the chest, and I think it's interesting. I'll read off of it though. Hi-Rez Stu made a comment about this. He says, "Just FYI, while someone will have to check for me, I think in the version that is going to PTS, there are dance and special emotes for 7 gods in the chest. So Fenrir, Habwa, Hanbat, Giannis, Neith, Nemesis, and Thor. Some of those are pretty awesome too, by the way. So 14 total emotes in the chest out of some large number of total content. Someone could probably say for sure. I think it's over 400 items now. I don't think we'll go too much higher than this in terms of numbers of emotes in the chest. Also, sometime in the next few months, we will probably retire the current chest and introduce a new one. The current chest will get an expiration timer." Interesting. So they will literally take what is in the chest and get rid of and no longer offer it in the chest, and then offer a new set of items. Interesting. I'm very surprised by that. I think that's a cool idea. I'd like to see summer 2012 chest, and it's available for 3 months. And then after that, they have a different type. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
and it would be nice. I would rather see a lot less items in the chest for a shorter amount of time. Like, hey, these are only available in the summer 2012 or 2014 chest. It's 50 items type of deal. Now, you can still buy them outright, but I think it's like a cool gambling type of deal. I'm okay with it.
Yeah, but don't these new chests also have the items that the previous chests have? I mean, the ones that you can already buy in game. So
I don't know.
basically, like the current chest has 400 items and 10 unique ones, and the new chest will have also 400 items but 10 different unique ones.
I don't know. I'm not sure. I think that's kind of what came from that specifically. Not really sure. Not really sure. I mean, we'll have to see. Any other comments you got for us, Dusk?
Yeah, I just remember what I wanted to
Go
mention
for it.
about the chests is,
Yep.
for example, in the next patch, if you already have everything, like some people do, all the skins and so on, if you want the new Baka skin, which also I agree with the first color that it was fan submitted, so I don't know why they put it in the chest, but anyway, you'll have to gamble because you'll have to go through all the emotes until you get your Baka skin.
Come on, what's wrong with
Basically
gambling?
being
Everybody loves to
forced.
gamble. Come on now.
Oh yeah, that's an encouraging thought to give on a game for children.
Hey, this isn't a game for
nice.
children. What are you saying? What are you saying? Get out of here. Just because it's a free-to-play doesn't mean it's only meant for children. What are you saying? All the kids in chat are going to yell at you that are up past their bedtimes at 9:30. All right, Dusk, thank you very much for coming on, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right.
Yeah, man, that's such a hard subject to even talk about.
Yeah.
If you don't have a lot of items and you want one specific item out of the chest, so I know. I feel the pain.
I feel your pain. All right, guys, we have 29 minutes left. We're going to see what we can do to make this happen. Let's see here. We'll take one more question here from chat. This question.
Chat questions?
Oh, I'm sorry from email. This is Breed. Breed put this in. He says, "Hello. Do you think Odin's new skills will be nerfed? I noticed at level 2 with his leap and Ravens. Ravens is the shield, guys. You can bring down the solo laner and jungler to less than 30% in one combo. Thoughts? I love it. Where do I sign up?"
That sounds like old Hades.
Yeah.
It'll probably be nerfed then.
Yeah,
Probably
exactly.
be nerfed very quickly.
I have not played Odin, so I do not know where that damage lies between the combination of popping the shield for the Raven shield or whatever, and then leaping forward, which his one has always been really good and really strong. I think it is actually the most damage dealing leap out there. It does the most damage. But I'll have to test it out, and maybe we'll give some more feedback. We'll be able to, next week we'll definitely give more feedback on Odin.
Oh yeah.
To say the least, to be honest with you. Let's go ahead and take another call here. Ezra710. Ezra710. Welcome to Smite Talk. I know, right? Hello, hello. Hello. I know you're there. You've been here the whole time. I saw you post.
Hello?
Hey,
Yes.
hey.
Yeah, I'm still here.
I was
Sorry,
gonna say
having an
Arena.
argument in chat.
That's
I was gonna
okay.
say Arena just popped for him, so he had to leave.
I know. He's like, I'm out. Now, if it was ranked Arena, maybe.
He
Yeah,
wouldn't
I
even
know.
be here. He wouldn't even be here.
I know.
So
Let's talk
talk
about the patch and what they've done to Arena.
Okay.
They have made it 100% better.
What and how? I didn't even see anything about Arena. I didn't see anything
I
about it.
know it wasn't in there until you actually go. They improved the tutorial so that it actually makes sense now. So people who play Arena know what they're doing. It gives a whole thing. This is what the tickets are. This is how much a siege tower is. This is, how much a god kill is, et cetera, et cetera.
Sure.
Which is great. And then they took away the kill count. There's no more kill count in Arena.
Oh,
What?
okay.
Only tickets.
I think it's a good idea though, because Arena is not kill driven. Like it comes down to tickets.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. So they took that away, so it makes it better for everyone playing Arena. Now you can just concentrate on the tickets.
Yep.
And instead of who got the most kills,
I mean, you
the
can
rest
still
was
see
out of
it,
the
or you can
universe.
still see it on like the leaderboard when you pop up the leaderboard, but still.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But it's very they streamlined the interface, so it made it better. And I also heard, and I didn't know this because I was too busy having fun with New Arachne, to try to see that the minions spawn faster
Really?
once they go across, and once they go in the portal or get killed, a new one comes sooner than it used to. None of that's in the
You got
patch
some.
notes.
You got some stats to prove this. You got some stats. I gotta see some stats, man. I don't see some numbers.
I wasn't paying attention to it because I was playing the New Arachne.
See what happens when you don't pay
Crawling
attention.
Crawling across the air of the ceiling that, there is no ceiling in Arena, but it still looks pretty good. It was still fun.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
I think she's going to be a thing. She's going to be a thing until they nerf her.
So here's my question. Here's my question for you fine folks. Hypothetically speaking, Should Arachne's webbed ultimate that she's walking on go across the entire map as a ceiling in order to show that it's actually attached to something? Does that make sense?
No.
Does that make sense?
But you wouldn't be able to see it. Maybe different players would, because she flips over upside down.
Correct, but what I'm
And
saying
there's
is
no way to move your camera.
correct, but what I'm saying is she's able to. I don't. How does she when she does her ultimate in Conquest? She has to stay within the limits of like the jungle and stuff like that, right? And the lane.
Okay.
Yes.
So like what I'm saying is if she pops her ultimate in like Conquest or whatever, I'm not saying she can just walk wherever she wants. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is like the ultimate, a giant spider web needs to appear over top to show that her web is attached to something. Is what I'm saying. Having it just having it floating on an imaginary ceiling bothers me. Like I'm looking at it from a cosmetic perspective.
I gotcha.
You know what I mean? Like I'm just like it's got to
get
stick
that.
to something. Stop making it floating. You know.
True.
But she is a god. Well, she's not a god either. Dang it, she's not a god.
But the effect of it is so cool that you can just pop up, crawl across, and I don't recall it going all the way across the arena field.
Yeah.
But it does, it's similar in distance. I would say a little bit longer than Sun Wukong's ultimate. It goes up, and you have an area of effect that you come down in. How long that lasts, when I go back on the PTS after the show is over, I will find out. But I don't know, I don't think it goes all the way across the arena map.
Okay.
I don't think it does.
Yeah.
So
No, it probably doesn't. It probably doesn't. What I'm saying is I'd love to see that. I love to see like an arena. I'd love to be a player standing back, see Arachne pop her ultimate, and a giant spider web, bam, instantly goes across the whole map where she's crawling on. That'd be so cool.
I want to see what
that
this
would
looks
be.
like on spectator mode. I haven't looked at it yet. What does Arachne's ult look like on spectator?
Yeah. Can you like float?
Yeah, I don't
can you
know
like
what that one
float?
looks
Can you like float above her? That'd be kind of cool. That'd be
That's
kind
gonna
of
be
cool.
interesting.
Yeah, and those two spider wall things. Oh, they're going to be nerfed. I see that coming. I mean, even though you can only do 2 of them,
Yeah.
but they're up for 4 minutes. That's a long time
Okay.
I'm about to do
something
something.
for that to be up.
I'm about to do something unprecedented, Octane.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
What's that?
ask. I'm gonna ask you a question, not you, Octane. Arena, siege towers. Now that I've been playing Arena, thanks to you, you've worked me into the Arena world, and I've been actually playing Arena. I don't even see the point of siege towers anymore. What do you think? I think they just don't seem like they have any place in Arena.
I agree.
Yeah, it would. No, I think they're there to force the team fight, because if you can deliver that payload into that portal, that's a big boost to your team.
Like
So
the only
I
time I feel
think-
like I get it in there though is when I'm winning already. Like I've never been in this. You've played it more than I have. This is why I'm asking you. I've just never been in a position where that was the one that made us start winning. Like we were already winning.
You know what I think they should do? I think they should replace siege towers with like larger minions that like not almost like fire minions, but make them customized to it so that at a certain point the stronger minions come out. That's what I'd like to see instead.
Right.
I'd rather see that.
So that would make sense too. I think that's what the mechanic is for, though, just to kind of force that team fight. And since I main support, I have often sacrificed myself as Ymir or Kumba, somebody to get that tower in, because either one of those guys, even Bacchus, we can just walk in there and just use our ult, and people either run or they die. One or the
If it
other,
gets that
or they
close.
kill me. Yeah.
If it doesn't die at the halfway mark.
Right. So it's and again, curse voice is so good in Arena. Most people don't use it. I wish they would, just to be able to coordinate a team fight or a team synergy at all.
Yeah.
And you can really tell when people are on some kind of calm during an arena fight, because they just I was in one last week and they went like 50 kills in arena. It was ridiculous, and I wasn't on that team, unfortunately. So I was not happy.
I love that part.
I was not happy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, me
so-
and Octane will never be on Curse, probably.
What do you
We're the
mean?
scumbags of the world.
I use Curse.
Really?
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I guess YouTubers are just the scumbags of the world. Sorry.
That's right. They are. They are.
Well, you're on at odd times.
YouTubers
FG.
are
I
YouTubers
try
are
to-
too busy trying to talk through their entire gameplay than actually paying attention to what they're doing.
That is true.
Yeah, y'all are giving commentary. I get that. I get that. But I'm not going. I am going to bring up that Bacchus skin thing. As a Bacchus player,
Oh yeah.
I'm highly upset about the fact that it's behind a paywall of that treasure chest. So that's going to delay my getting that skin, if at all, unless they do, something to come to their senses and let it go into the general population, so I can just give Hi-Rez my money. I just rather say, here, this is what I want. Can I have my item? Thank you. Not have to gamble for it.
I just,
so that's
you could be like me. I just give Hi-Rez my credit card, and I'm just like, just swipe it every time you come out with the skin, please. Just swipe it. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I've done that Pixel Buster Freya looks pretty good too.
Yeah, I'm looking
and I'm
forward to
glad
that.
that one wasn't in the treasure chest. I'm
Yeah.
glad that one isn't. But the reason I called,
Holy cow!
that's one of the
Really?
reasons I called.
What?
I know we got this. I did want to talk about the new arena.
I
think
did
new
ask him
arena
a
is
question,
great.
so that's my fault.
Yeah, I think new arena is great. I think it's going to make it so much better. But as I said, I'm trying to get some tips for getting out of, this low elo thing. I know, Octane, you've mentioned before getting some custom games and just having people show up.
Dude, that's what I do.
However,
I do that all the
don't
time.
I know, and we played together this week.
I know we
Twice.
didn't win. I don't think we won.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that's why
Well, you
that's
weren't
why I
on
don't.
my team,
That's why
so
I
no, you
haven't.
didn't win.
That's why I haven't burned more worshipers. Like people are like, wow, why don't you have more
Mm-hmm.
masteries and worshipers? I'm like, because I play custom all the time. Like, I don't play anything else. It's like
Yeah.
custom. Yep.
And it was fun. It was fun, but that doesn't get you. It doesn't get you worshipers, and it doesn't even show up in your
Yeah.
win-loss percentage.
Yeah. No, I
So
agree.
I played those games, and then I come and I'll get on a 3-4 game winning streak, and the game will come by and say, "Up, that's enough. Now here's 5-6 games where there's people who just installed the game. Play with them."
Yeah. Yep.
And they don't know anything about what they're doing. They're BMing each other and everything. So how in the world do I get out of that cycle? It feels like a cycle. Some good games, then a whole bunch of bad games. Some good games, then a whole bunch of bad games.
You don't.
Any suggestions?
You don't.
Yeah. Yeah. I think we're all in the same boat together. You see my Arachne losses? Oh my god, I was probably a tribute to all those losses that I had yesterday, but I had like 5 losses in a row with Arachne. Then I finally got 1 win, and I just quit playing. I was done after that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think we're all in the same thing with that.
Yeah. No,
Yeah,
I agree.
That's the sad part. I'd like to get, because I've seen other people who have a 60-70% overall win streak.
Yeah.
And
At
mine
what
is
level,
still
though?
hovering at 48%.
Yeah.
What level, though?
I don't know.
Like,
I
are
never
they
looked
level
at-
30? Because
Yes.
when I was leveling through the ranks, my win rate was like 67%, and then I came back down to reality when I was in level 30. So I'm like maybe 52 or something, 53, around
You
there
know,
somewhere.
you
I'm
know,
stuck at I'm stuck
here's
at 48.
here's my recommendation for you. Just because you've called
Don't
in
look
several,
at the numbers.
You've called in several times and we played together, and I can say it. You just gotta be better, bro. You just gotta be better.
I will accept that from you because
That's
I was
right.
in your custom matches this week, and I remember, how we
Who was
still
I
handed
playing?
you those 2
Who was I
losses.
playing? Who was
you
I
were
playing?
playing Hercules.
Oh, watch out, bro.
Hercules.
Watch out. I'm coming for you.
Hercules. I was on Buddha's team.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we killed you guys.
No.
Buddha
That's
was
not
awesome.
the final score I remember.
I don't know
was
what
a
you're
good
talking
game,
about.
though.
It was a good game. It was a good
Yeah.
game. We had your early game, big time.
All
You guys
right.
had us late game. So what else you got?
Yeah,
Anything
no,
else
we
for
came
today?
back. No, that was it. Just the arena thing was what I really called to talk about. How much better it is, and tips for getting out of that low skill MMR, ELO, whatever they want to call it, matchmaking
Yep.
that keeps me stuck at 48%.
That's right. Well, hey,
So
if you're
frustrating.
at 50%, Hi-Rez is doing their job. That's
I'm at
how it works.
48. They won't let me get to 50.
That's right. They're
That's
saying,
the
nope,
problem.
we're holding you back. All right,
Yep.
man. Well, thanks for
Yep.
I gotta
calling
say
in.
this.
All right.
Go, say
It's
it.
because you play
Great show as
support. I'm
always,
sorry.
gentlemen. Glad to have you back, FG. No, I always play support. It's only support.
I know.
That's all nobody else
I
wants
really
to
feel
play
like,
support in arena.
and no, we need you because you're
Nobody
awesome.
picks-
But I think that's the reason why.
Nobody picks support. Yeah.
Hey, you ever
But
play
then I
with
get
me?
these
Guess what
people
I'm
who
playing?
can't get a kill.
I play
Yeah.
support.
Yeah, I know you're playing support. Hercules support. Yeah.
That's right. So you have to in arena.
Yeah,
Same
yeah,
thing.
yeah.
You ever seen a Hercules in
have to.
assault? Do you know how good, you know how hard it is to kill a Hercules in assault? Oh my word.
Oh, it must be terrible.
It's
It must be
terrible.
terrible. Oh, FG, I did try some siege. And I'm slowly moving my way over into siege as well.
There you go. I went
Just
to
so
arena.
you know.
We'll see you in siege, and then we'll see you in conquest after that.
No. No, I draw the line. Draw the line at siege. Arena always. Siege sometimes. Conquest, no. Just no.
I like it.
Well, thanks for calling in,
Gentlemen, have
man.
a great evening.
Thank
All
you.
right, see you next time. All right.
All right, we got, let's see here. We got 2 more callers, guys, before we head out for the day. Let's go ahead and bring them in. What's up? Welcome to Smite Talk, buddy. How's
What
it going?
up, man? What up, Octane and Brian McKnight?
Brian McKnight. It's from Boys to Men, bro. Get it right.
I know he liked my little comment in Twitch.
Yeah.
Were you the Brian McKnight one?
Yeah, that's me, man.
So what do you want to talk about?
All right, but I have a couple of things to talk about.
Make it quick.
All right, first things first is what do you think about an Incredible Hulk Cabrakan skin? Second thing would be, are you going to be going to PAX in San Antonio in January?
All right.
Third thing would be.
Oh man, Jesus. Okay, go ahead.
I just have 3 things. The third
Go
thing
for
would
it.
be,
It's okay.
what do you think about a retro game of the day skins and retro abilities? Say like Guan Yu's old where he used to slap the ground with his pole arm 3 times, and also like Vulcan's Stomper and all that. So I had those 3 questions.
Okay, so first question, I don't
Nice.
remember. What was the first question?
Already forgot.
What was it?
Incredible
Oh,
Hulk skin.
can't happen due to copyright. What's your next one?
Second would be PAX.
PAX, I will go if you'll pay for it.
I'm not going to be
Okay.
there. I don't think. I think I'll be. I live in Austin right now, so it'd be really easy. But I don't know if I'll be living in Austin in January.
I
so
am
then it would not be
hoping.
easy.
I am hoping
gotcha.
to maybe go to the next EU regional over in Germany, and I'm hoping. I don't know if it'll happen, and I will be at 110% at the Smite World Championship. So
I'll be 115% at the
yeah,
launch.
yeah,
tournament.
that's where
Or I
that's
said
where
launch tournament,
you know
the Switch championship,
launch
sorry.
tournaments where I got to meet FG for the first time.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
And I saw his beer choices. And my
let's-
friends, I'm not going to talk
Smitten,
about it, but let me just say,
Smitten got me
Let's
too.
be
Let's
a little
just
suspect.
let's just say Smitten got me a little too drunk the night before, so I had to milk it the next day. We'll just say it that much.
Nice.
Third question was what?
The
Third question,
retro,
retro.
skins
Oh.
and retro.
Okay,
abilities.
yes. The abilities cannot be added in. You can't go back. Like, it's a nightmare, apparently, from what Hi-Rez Chris told me about adding in something like that for the abilities. As for the skins, my understanding is it's completely. You could definitely do it. Is my understanding. That's what I got. What do you got, FG?
Yeah. I guess from a technical standpoint, if it doesn't work, then it doesn't work. But I was going to say also that there's a lot of people that play Smite that don't really know what's going on, and it'd just be ultra confusing. Like I looked at the Facebook post of the new Cuckoo God, and I just assumed everyone knew that. I'm calling him Cuckoo.
Where's
I can't
Hi-Rez
say the
Bart?
rest of it.
Hi-Rez Bart needs to teach me how to say his name. Where you at, Bart? Come on now.
But I was reading the comment section of the new Cuckoo God. There were so many people that were like, Hi-Rez, you're freaking lazy. This is the same kid as AO.
Oh my word!
What's
That's
going
the
on with this
point.
game? This
That's the
game is
point.
terrible.
That's the point.
But people just didn't know. There's just so many people that just don't know everything
Wow.
about the game. So they jump in, they play Vulcan on Retro Day. They're like, what the heck is this thumper thing? I don't know. I think it would just cause too much confusion, too much coding, I guess. So
That's right.
probably not.
What else you
Yeah,
got?
boy.
Anything else?
Actually, yeah, I wanted to
Go for
ask
it.
you about the custom games when we were playing.
Okay.
Like that game that I was with you and I was Shibalanke and I went 20-0.
Wait.
Octane.
What was
Yep,
it?
with
Conquest?
Octane.
Was it Conquest?
It was Arena. It was
Oh,
Arena.
okay. What was I playing?
Remember that
Do you
Mercury?
remember?
The Mercury was like kept going into our base and like feeding us.
Oh, yeah, he was
remember
feeding.
that game?
That wasn't
Yeah,
fair.
it
That
was
wasn't fair.
bad.
Yeah. I don't know when I played that game. Was that the game that I played
I can't remember what you
I don't
played
know what I
either.
played. I don't know what I. Okay, all good. Either
Um,
way.
But anyway, I was just thinking, why don't they add? Because I remember the other guy was talking about, why don't they add just a little bit of experience in custom mode? I mean, even if it's half of what you get in
I mean,
regular.
the only reason they don't is because of the fact that someone could abuse the system, and myself and FG create a game, then he dies a whole bunch of times and loses on his on purpose, and then gives me the XP to win. Back and forth. It can be abused. That's why. But I still think they should give some type of reward system in some way to custom games. Because like for me, like I get on stream when I stream on my own channel. Those of you guys not familiar, like I jump on stream, I play like one assault with like 4 people from chat and get into queue. And then after that, I play custom the rest of the night. I just create a conquest, and I'm like, all right, everybody pile in. Then I create an assault or arena. Everyone pile in. Like, so I don't get worshippers or get masteries or anything because I just do customs all the time. So, yeah, I can see a reward of some kind would be nice. I think is what you're saying.
Maybe in the future you'll get a little title.
Yeah,
Maybe in the
that's
future.
Right. King of Customs. King
I
of
talked about
Customs.
that last time on Smite Talk, man. When we gonna get our name titles?
Oh, that'd be cool.
Arena
I'm looking
Master.
forward to that.
Yeah, I want to see
bad.
that. That's
I've already
right.
talked about that.
Hi-Rez, you heard it here first. Titles.
Yep.
We want titles.
Titles, we do. Want titles.
That'd be a good call. Anything else you got for today?
No, I'm gonna let everybody else talk, man. I just want to talk about those 3 things.
All right, man. I look forward to playing
Good stuff.
with you this
All right.
week.
Let
You have a
on,
good
bud.
day.
Yeah, you too, bud.
All right, let's bring in our last caller here. Shade Shocked. Welcome to Smite Talk. How's it going?
Not too bad. Yourself?
Good. So we want to talk about today.
What's going on?
Not too much. I just got a couple questions here, and actually, you guys kind of answered my question earlier. I
Okay.
sent you an email. What had happened with that though? It was like 4 in the morning, and I was exhausted, and it wasn't very to point with what I was getting at.
That's okay.
The ranked games giving gems, and that what had happened with my elo dropping.
Yes. Oh, that was you.
So
Okay.
far. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. What had happened with my elo dropping so far was I did not realize it was free gem day.
Okay.
And I went in, played like 10 games, and I lost all these games in a row, and I ended up going from my Silver 5 promo all the way down to Bronze 3. And I was pretty salty about it. And I obviously they fixed it with this patch. I looked at the patch notes and watched the show. So I'm happy about that. I just wanted to kind of let
Just
you guys know
vented.
that that's what I was getting at.
Yeah, I hear you.
Also, I heard 2 rumors. All right, I heard that Curse Voice is going to be mandatory in ranked games in the future sometime, or at least they're thinking about it.
Haven't heard any such thing. I'm not saying it's correct or not correct, but I haven't heard any such thing.
I haven't heard it either. That'd be insane.
That doesn't mean it's not happening. That doesn't mean it is happening. So what else you got? What's your other rumor?
The other rumor is that games are actually, and not just ranked games, but all game modes are actually rigged so that you don't get any higher than your 50-60% win rate. I hear that it's rigged in such a way that like you'll play your games and eventually you'll get into a lobby where your whole team is lower ranks or lower levels than you, and the enemy team will be higher ranks and higher levels.
I do not know that, but I like your rumors. So I think next week you should call in with more rumors. We'll call you. We can call you Mr. We can call you Mr. Rumor every week and be like, Mr. Rumor, what rumors do you have for us this week?
I can do that. I got lots of rumors from the clan. They float around quite a bit.
Oh, I can
But,
imagine. Trust me, I get messages from people all the time. They're like, "Hey, is this actually true?" I'm like, "I've not heard of any such thing. I have no clue what you're talking about."
Well, so I kind of wanted to hear your thoughts on the Curse Voice mandatory and ranked games
Sure.
thing. Like, what do you guys think of that?
Oh, FG, your thoughts first.
Yeah, I think they can't. Just because it'll dwindle the already small player base even more. There's certain people that just don't want to be uncursed. They don't want to. They don't want to hear other people's voices. They don't want to install it. They don't. I think it would just be more harm. I mean, it would be good, right? Let's just be frank with it. People communicating is going to be good, but I just think there's just too many other little details about curse that people don't like. That you already have this small pool of league players, and then you're going to chop out the ones that don't want to use curse. Probably not a good idea.
What is this question? Please clarify the equalization of followers among modes. I don't know what that means. Anyway, I don't know. Followers? Anyways, back to your question. From a logistics perspective, I don't think curse will ever be required for ranked. From a personal feeling perspective, bring it on. I'd love it for a communication aspect, but I know it won't happen.
I think that you guys are totally right. Like, I don't think it is possible for them to actually do curse voice mandatory just because of the amount of people that would stop playing ranked because of it in the lower tiers, anyways. But I think that from a personal level too, that it is really frustrating when you have two people on your team in curse and the entire enemy team is in curse, and they have such better rotations and communication that you just, there's no chance that you're going to actually win that game just because your team doesn't want to use that.
Yeah. No, I can agree. It makes sense. What else you got? Anything else for today?
No, that was about it. I just wanted to clarify that and bring up my rumors. So,
yeah.
You know what? Next week I'll see what I can do. I'll
That's
try to
right.
find some.
That's right. All right, you have a good one.
You too, guys.
All right, guys. We didn't get to all the emails, but we are going to get to them next week, so no worries there. We'll definitely be able to talk about them some more. Good show today. We always fill 2 hours, no problem. You realize that? We could go. We have more callers you can go with, more emails you can go with, every week. So I love it. Before we head out, guys, I want to remind you guys to go down below, right below the video here. There's a little button that says streamer feedback. Click it. It's listed under Octane Pro, and give Hi-Rez your feedback on the Smite Talk show. Make sure you put that in there. Let them know that you like the show or that you dislike the show. Sorry to hear that, but let them know, because that lets Hi-Rez know, hey, we should keep it on our channel. We should keep promoting it as well. If you don't, and we don't get any feedback, then Hi-Rez doesn't know that people like it, and it could be off the channel someday. So make sure you guys give feedback, even if it's hey, I love Smite Talk. Thank you. That's fine. Completely fine. So please make sure you guys do that. Also, if you guys would like to email the show, any questions that you guys didn't get in today, email them. SmiteTalk@gmail.com, and we'll go ahead and talk about them tomorrow. Or, I'm sorry, next week. Not tomorrow. Next week. Furthermore, make sure you check out the shows available on iTunes, as we've talked about a few times. Also, if you don't have an Apple type of device, use your Android device. You can use Slacker, is a free app. You can use BeyondPod, which I use as well. Go ahead, go on there, look up Smite Talk, download it, and you can listen to us when you're busy at work or need something to listen to, or at the gym or whatever. You have that opportunity as well. Just make sure you guys go out there and give us 5-star reviews. We'd definitely appreciate that. So, Mr. FG3000, where can people find you when you're not on Smite Talk?
You can check me out on youtube.com/fitnessgamer3000. I make YouTube videos. I do a news show. I have live commentary. And also I have this very, very fun series that I'm having a lot of fun with. Solo Assassins. Right now I'm just living and dying in the solo lane. A lot of living, a lot of dying if I'm playing Arachne. Solo Assassins, a lot of fun. Check it out. FG3000.
Alrighty. And guys, for me, you can find me on Twitter. You can find me on YouTube. And you can find me on Twitch at Octane Pro SC II. Once again, Octane Pro SCII. The SCII comes from, I used to play a lot of StarCraft. Started out there within the esports kind of content creation scene and moved over to Smite. Just have kept my Twitch the same. And so I decided to copy that to Twitter and also to YouTube. Well, guys, once again, we'd like to thank Hi-Rez Studios for allowing us to host Smite Talk on Smite Game. Please make sure you come out and join myself and FG3000 on Smite Game next week around 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern. From myself and FG3000, we'll see you guys next time. Take care, everybody.